Ready to see how I eat more deliciously when it's snowing outside? But I want carnitas to turn into a barbecue sandwich? Let's go. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Chronicles of Chef. I'm Scott Hamilton, and today we're gonna make a delicious carnitas. Kind of. I'm calling this a Carolina carnitas because it's a bit more of the flavor profile of like Carolina pulled pork barbecue with carnitas technique. We're gonna fry it in tallow, we're gonna chop it up, we're gonna braise it, we're gonna slow cook it. We're gonna do all the things to make this deliciousness then turn into this deliciousness. Let's get cooking. All right, get into our prep of our Carolina carnitas. I don't know what else to call it right now, but on this blending of delicious flavors, we're gonna do, obviously we're gonna have peppers and onions for like the actual like sandwich kind of a deal. So I have our onions sliced simply like this for our sandwiches, and then we're gonna do kind of bigger chunks that are gonna go in with our carnitas when we're doing the actual cooking process. We're gonna add a green bell pepper also because I think the flavor will be delicious and also a nice bright color to add to it. So we're just going to roll out our pepper, get rid of as many of these seeds as we possibly can and keep them off the cutting board. And I like to use everything that I possibly can. So I'll start with my top here and I'll just slice. It's okay that some are going to be a little bit smaller. We're just running our knife through just like that. Whoop, throw it in with our onions. We're going to knife through the bottom now. All right, next in terms of prep, carnitas, usually I would say if I was doing like a traditional carnitas, I would leave it whole like this and I would roast it off. Try to do things a little faster. It's cold outside, so I'm going to be doing it in my oven, in the house. I don't want to be cooking this for 5-6 hours kind of a deal. So we're going to do kind of about a 1/2 inch, and we're going to come out with cubes like this. And the reason why I wanted cubes like this is because now we have something that can still pull. We're going to get little strands off of this. It's also going to maximize our caramelization and crispy bits, which I am all about. The other thing is that this should help us cook a little bit faster. We're going to do it at a little higher temp, but we're still going to do the lard. We're still going to do all those kinds of techniques. So got that here. And then I already added just a little bit of oil just as kind of like a bit of a binder. And then also King's Peak seasoning from High Desert Kitchen, which kind of has its roots in vinegar-based Carolina sauces, that mustard and vinegar-based kind of deal. Ooh-hoo-hoo. All right. I'm using my cast iron because I know it's going to be able to retain the heat, and so it's going to be really, really good for cooking this at a slow and low temperature and maintain the heat in the oven, on the stove, anywhere you take it. Dutch oven, any of those kind of things would work great. I got some lard here to cook it in. We're not going to do like a fully submerged situation. That's like a more traditional carnitas would be a really big pot, big pan, filled with tallow, filled with lard. You're cooking it in. So we're going to start with probably about like a tablespoon. And that's what we're just going to kind of sear and fry things. All right, so we're going to go ahead and throw in our pork here. I'm not concerned with it searing right away right now because I want some color, and then we're going to be kind of boiling it in fat. So, or poaching it in fat, confit, if you will. That's going to kind of soften that. And then I just want more of a development of flavor more than necessarily that texture. So there's going to be some steaming, and that's okay because we're going to end up kind of pulling this apart and then smashing it onto a grill again to really get those caramelized, crystally bits of deliciousness. Ooh, that King's Peak is smelling phenomenal. All right, the rest of this we can just kind of throw on top. There we go. Another thing, we got chopped up garlic. It's probably about 1 to 2 tablespoons. And I want with a nice big chop because I'm okay with these kind of bits getting mixed in with the pork and getting these kind of nice, soft, buttery, delicious garlic bits in with the carnitas. We're going to throw that in because, again, we're just going to throw this right on top. We're not going to do a whole lot of sauteing, so I'm not stressed about this burning. And then, like I was saying, our thicker pieces of onion we're going to throw in here because, again, this is going to cook down, and I hope this gets all mixed in with the pork as we kind of pull it and shred it and chop it after the cook is over. And we just get these, like, caramelized, delicious bits of onion mixed in. So we're just going to throw this over the top. Be great. There we go. Oh, look at that. Yes. That is what we were looking for. It smells so good. Oh, yeah. little crispy bits happening. The inspiration behind this is I wanted carnitas, but I wanted barbecue. It's snowing outside. I didn't want to deal with it. One of the inspirations for King's Peak came from vinegar-based sauces. I'm a big mustard sauce fan. Carolina barbecue sauces I love, love, love. When I was thinking about this, I thought so many similarities to smoked and slow braised pulled pork and carnitas. The techniques kind of overlap here and there, as well as some of the flavors, the vinegars, the fattiness, the rich. You're doing so many similar things, just going in slightly different flavor directions. So why not focus on doing more of a carnitas cook with Carolina barbecue-esque flavors? I think it's going to be money. And so far, oh, that King's Peak is giving that smell like it's going to be kind of a southern barbecue kind of a deal, and I am so excited. Okay, we're going to turn this guy down to a medium to medium-low heat. I'm going to give our orange here a slice. Oh, should have zested it. We'll zest it. I think this orange is going to be nice and bright and play well with all the different things, give us some good acidity. So we got some good orange zest happening in there. We're going to hit it with the juice. We're going to kind of use that as a way to kind of deglaze this pan a little bit, help get any kind of fond up and off the bottom before we add our lard. All right, so we got our lard here, and I'm going to now do probably close to, I don't know, probably close to a third of a cup of lard all together. Kind of let this start to melt down, hang out. The lard is all cooked down now. I only had cherry Coke, and it's a Coke Zero, so that's what we're going to go with. And we're going to do about half or so of the can, and that is going to be perfect. And then we just want to make sure that this is all as submerged as we possibly can get it. Ooh, I'm so excited for these like fruity notes. We got cherry Coke, we got fresh orange. Speaking of which, we're going to go ahead and just tear this a little bit. Just kind of drop this guy in here. We're gonna add the rest of this other orange. Good acidity, help kind of break things down. Now I'm gonna turn it up, and I want to bring this to a bit of a simmer before I add it to the oven. And last but not least, we're gonna give ourselves a good pinch of salt. All right, we got this thing rocking and rolling. I'm gonna drop this into my oven. I have it preheated to 325, and we're gonna let it cook for about an hour and a half, and we'll see what's going on after that. Oh, look at that deliciousness. Oh man. Oh, this is looking beautiful. It was in the oven for about an hour and 15 minutes at about the 45-minute mark. So the last half hour or so, it's been at 275. We're at 202 degrees internal temp on that small guy. This bigger one, 200. So we're right there. Now, some people say they want to take it to like 205 or 210 to get it really in there. That's, to me, gets more into like the shredded. 200, 201 is going to carry up to your 10 because it's going to carry over. So even if you take it to 210, it's going to end up finishing at like 215, 220. So this is going to help give us big chunks that are going to pull apart rather than like be stringy. But let's go. That is delicious. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and give these guys a nice squeeze. Get any last juices out of it. And we're gonna, oh my gosh, look at that. And I like that because we left it uncovered and it was at like a 325, we got some good caramelization right here on the tops. And then when we kind of smash these down, give it a little chop, and then throw it back into this pan to saute, we get all sorts of other crispy bits. The onions cook down beautifully. And then we're gonna pour out a lot of this fat over the top of this and let it kind of rest in it. When you do confits and when you do braises and things like that, you wanna make sure that you rest them in their cooking liquid as much as possible. That's gonna help keep them nice and moist. Oh, yeah. Pour this right over the top here. All right, we're gonna scrape all of this out. So I want these bits, when I turn this on high heat to start sauteing, I don't want this stuff to be in the pan because they'll burn pretty easily. So I want most of those chunks out. Talk me into it. We're gonna try just a little piece. Give it a little pull. See how perfectly pulled? That is so good. The King's Peak flavor profile is perfect for it. It feels like I'm eating carnitas. It even kind of resembles a bit of carnitas flavor. But I think when we add that hot honey mustard to it, oh, It's gonna take it super kind of in that Carolina direction that I'm wanting. Oh man, these sandwiches are gonna be pretty money. Go ahead and get a little of our fat in here, and we're gonna saute up our peppers and onions. And we're not gonna do much to these. We're just gonna hit it with some salt and of course some black pepper. Onion. Oh, that is a beautifully cooked onion. This is a perfect kind of timing. These are probably gonna take about 5-10 minutes to saute up. I have them on a good like medium-high heat. Really good, looking just to get some good color on them, soften them up a little bit. I still want a good crunch and good flavor from them. That's gonna give this about 10-15 minutes to let it rest before we start chopping it up. Oh, there it is. These are looking beautiful. I'm gonna cook these to probably about 75% of the way. So that way, as they're hanging out in their little bowl, they will continue to cook and soften up, and we won't have peppers and onions that are too soft. There we go. All right, so let's go ahead and get these guys out. We're gonna chop this guy up, and then we'll throw it back in this delicious fat, and then we'll pull from here to throw it into the pan to sear up. We're not looking for a knife, we're just gonna chop this guy up. We don't want perfect cuts, we don't want to be pulled perfectly. I just want some good chunks. I want exposed meat to get all nice and caramely. If I had a big old cleaver, that's what I'd be using, but my bench scraper, a lot to do. And I mean, it's cutting everything just fine, but like, look at this caramelization on this guy. Pull this guy apart. Oh man. Those crunchy bits. Oh, I can't wait to make more. All right, I accept. We got some good chopped up carnitas here. So we got some big chunks, small chunks, softer stuff. Oh, this is going to be so good. All right, and since I have this cutting board out right now, we might as well take advantage of all the fat that's down there. Give this guy a good cut in half for our sandwich. And I'm just going to soak up all of that fat off of the cutting board with my bread. Oh yeah. Then we'll let these guys kind of hang out before we give them a little toast to toast before we make our sandwich. So we got this heating up. We're gonna go ahead and toast up our buns first, our little bolillos that I thought would be perfect for this. And I don't want too much of anything. I just want a little warming, little crispiness. All right, see, we had a little bit of crispiness, caramelization on those edges. That's all I was really looking for. All right, now we got a nice hot pan again. We're gonna just throw down our Carolina Carnitas. Look at that. Yep. And I'm looking for pretty much like a fry. I want some good caramelization, and I'm not really gonna flip it. I'm gonna get this one side really good, and we'll be good to go. Oh yes, I decided to flip because look at that deliciousness that we are getting right here. Pull this guy off. Look at all that color we're getting. Oh yeah. Get some of these onions and the garlic bits like I was hoping for. Oh, but like, look at that caramelization here. Oh, smelling divine. All right, first let's go ahead and just do a full like taste on this guy. So good. Cook on it was great. I think that the hour and a half cut into those smaller chunks did exactly what I was hoping for. Now you could put the bigger chunks into a pressure cooker. There's all sorts of other things that you could do. But this, I feel like it's as close to like the real thing without spending that 4 or 5 hours or longer that it could take to do it. Now, this feels like a really good carnitas. I don't feel like it's too barbecue-y right now. Maybe if we did it on a smoker, it would feel a little bit more barbecue-esque. But I think what's gonna make it barbecue, starting to give that vibe, is this hot honey mustard barbecue sauce. Yo, that is killer. These combined, oh yeah. Let's make a sandwich. All right, let's build this sandwich. So we've our toasted little bolillos, little torta buns. I have some of this jalapeno pimento cheese. So obviously Yeah, we're gonna put that on. We're gonna put this, spread this out on the top, kind of hopefully have it kind of melt down a little bit. Oh yeah. Actually, I think top and bottom, that's the win right there. And then a bed of peppers and onions, because yes please. Our carnitas. Oh, we got all that carnitas here. Money. All right. Then our hot honey mustard barbecue sauce, nice drizzled. I didn't make a slaw, but we want some brightness and some extra crunch. So I have these pickled cabbage and other veggies from my braised lamb video. Check it out here. We're gonna call that a win. All right, let's go ahead and give this guy a good little cut here and bada bing, bada boom. Check that out. Oh my gosh. Ready? Wow, this is out of the world, out of this world. Oh my gosh, this is so good. I'm gonna devour this thing. All right, one more bite. Oh my goodness, that carnitas is so delicious. I mean, the whole sandwich is phenomenal, but that carnitas is the star. It has that chew. It is soft. It is rich. It is fatty. It is so flavorful. And it is crunchy, those little crunchy bits. It is a very different crunch compared to peppers and onions and pickles. And that crunch is just like little fried bits from fried chicken. You know, the little plates that fall down, those little breading that you eat, and it's just those nibbles of deliciousness. Oh, the pork is just cooked perfectly. The flavor's there. It's just sweet enough. The pork flavor is strong. It's not overpowered by anything, even that hot mustard. This thing, oh man, this was the thing that took it to another world. So I feel I could put salsa on this right now, and it would feel like more of like an authentic like torta, versus this is more like a barbecue sandwich. And the best thing about it, I made it inside. It's snowing outside, and this is the deliciousness that I was able to make inside and feel like I'm outside enjoying my life. Oh man, all day. Oh, so good. Thank you for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this Carolina pork and carnitas pork inspiration, kind of making a Carolina carnitas, if you will. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you thought it was fun. If you like watching these kind of videos where I kind of explore different techniques and different flavor profiles and putting things together, make sure you like, subscribe, do all those fun things so you can watch and get those notifications for when I put out my videos. We'll see you next time.